Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Well, good morning for me, right? I'm in LA. It's 5:30 a.m. I got my morning voice. I barely woke up literally 20 minutes ago. Um, Good morning, man. Bear with me. If you're here, let me know if the video's working, the audio's working. I had a couple of issues 5 minutes ago with YouTube, so hopefully I'm live. Hopefully this is working. Uh, but good morning, man. I am pumped up and ready to go. I saw the starting lineup. Very excited. Very excited to see Diego Leon start, to see Cunha start. It's it's exactly what it means to be a Manchester United fan, man. The preseason starts and you start getting your hopes up and you start feeling good about the upcoming year, which is good. That's why we become fans of football. This is why we're crazy in love with our teams. It gives us this hope, this desire to dream that this year is going to be a lot better than last year. Thank you, Sean. Thanks for letting me know. Good morning, guys. Good morning, Don. Hi, Devson. Yeah, man. Like I am looking forward to seeing Leon. I'm looking forward to seeing Cunha. It's a pretty cool starting lineup. It's cool to see Cheeto Obi up front. Good morning, Shadrach. Yeah, man. Like I'm super excited. I got the earbud in here because I'm listening to the MUTV live right here where I'm gonna be watching the game. Um, I just woke up though, so I missed any. I saw like right when I turned it on that they had an interview with Ruben Amorim, and I caught like the last sentence that he said. So I'm pretty disappointed that I missed that interview. That would have been a nice one to watch. But good morning, Sammy. Let's talk a little bit about what we're trying to see out of today's game, or at least what I'm trying to see. What's up, Heart Zapper? Um, I just want to honestly don't care if we win or lose as long as we don't get blown out. What I'm watching this game for is to see proper movement of the players and the ball, as Ruben Amorim would want it. You know, a lot of times last season, what you would find is confusion, as players like would be confused into where they're supposed to move, or they'd be just a little bit late, and or the ball wouldn't move the way Ruben would want it to move, in my opinion. And that's really all I'm looking for out of this first game is better movement of the ball and the players. And also, of course, I'm looking to see Diego Leon and Cunha play in our squad and see what they got for us. And I'm hoping to see Sekou Kone in the second half. Really excited about him too. And then, guys, the Mbeumo deal. I haven't gotten to speak about it since the Here We Go yesterday. So, Mbeumo, done. Medical probably right now happening or just happened or is going to happen. But it's going to happen today, and he's going to sign tomorrow. And this is something that I haven't said yet, but Mbeumo to me is kind of like a pit bull that we haven't had up front, and since Tevez, since Rooney. Obviously he plays a little bit differently to Tevez and Rooney, but he is definitely a pit bull. He's a little man who can run and fight, and causes problems, and he puts in the work rate too. So he is a pit bull. I'm looking forward to it. I can't lie. Like, I am very excited for Mbeumo to join the squad. And then all I'm looking for now is a striker and a goalkeeper, and I'm happy with this summer. Potentially hoping for a better build-up structure for sure. That's definitely what I'm looking for. I'm looking for positioning, better movement, better ball and player movement, better passing, zone 16, zone 18, people coming in short, using their body to hold up the ball. I'm looking for all those things today. And like I said, the result really doesn't matter. It'd be nice if we win, and I have a feeling we will win. But bottom line, result doesn't matter. Oh, I'm ecstatic about Mbeumo Karinchi. I am ecstatic about Mbeumo. Like I said, my favorite players or in my favorite squads to watch in the past were when Tevez and Rooney were starting together. I always thought, like, this has got to be a problem for the other team to have two guys that are built like that and that fight like that up front, pressing. And now we have one in Mbeumo. We don't have to have two, like we had with Tevez and Rooney. That was kind of legendary. But we do have one in Mbeumo, and I am looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it a lot. I think it's going to be a great addition. Fantastic addition. Like, he's going to be priceless. I think we're going to, as fans, fall in love with him. And I think Cunha, too, But Cunha's kind of got his own swagger. Cunha's got his own. He plays at his own tempo, Cunha, which I don't mind. I like it. Mbeumo's a very, very different type of player, and it's really nice to have these two different types of players going to be playing side by side up front. It's going to be interesting to watch. Guys, thank you very much for joining me. If you're here, hit the like button. Get that trend started for me. We're going to do watch-alongs anytime there's a game on a Saturday. I took Saturdays off this year just so I can do these watch-alongs. So we're going to do a lot of these, and as time goes on, I'm going to learn to get better at doing these and see what we can do. But during the game, if you see me reach over and start writing in my notebook, just know that that's a habit of mine. I like to write things down and write down when they happened in the game so that later on, if I make a video analyzing the game, and that's what I plan to do, I plan to sit down tomorrow and Monday and analyze this game and get some footage from the game and make a video about what I saw. Because I'll watch the game again. I'll be honest with you, it's hard to watch the game in complete detail when I'm doing a watch-along, right? Because I'm trying to interact with you guys. I can't just keep quiet and sit here and focus on the game. I'm trying to interact with you guys at the same time. So I'll have to watch this game again later on tonight and get some things together so that I can start putting together a video tomorrow or Monday and have it out. You've been frustrated for a long time. You need this Mbeumo signing. Man, you don't even know the half of it. Last year was such a heartbreaking year for me. That was a hard season to go through and sit through. And look, when you get new owners in a squad, and that's what we have. Let's get it straight. I mean, sure, they're here as partners to the Glazers or whatever. But still, they're people who came in, and they are the face of the ownership team now. It's not Joel and Avram Glazer. It's Sir Jim Ratcliffe you see on TV doing these interviews. When you get these new owners and you get these new CEOs and technical directors, new manager, you expect that they're going to have a big summer. Any other team, any other Big Six team, if there were this many changes, they would have a huge summer. It would be a $300-400 million summer. To get new owners and think that we're only going to have a $150 million summer is a little discouraging. But I understand it. I understand why. But I also don't. I understand that it's because we don't have that much money, but I also don't understand, like, well, put more in. I mean, you're new. You should want to put more in. But anyway, I'm not here to talk about that today. I am happy. Mbeumo's amazing. Mbeumo's getting the 20 shirt. Really? Are you sure? Because that's awesome. I kind of like that. Yeah, I kind of like that. I have a feeling if Mason Mount wasn't around, Mbeumo would get the 7 shirt. But I don't mind 20. I like that number. Thank you, Be Cool. Yeah, please people, let's smash the like button for me. I had something else I wanted to say. I'm trying to remember. I wanted to make a video yesterday because I had a couple things I want to talk. I want to talk about Mbeumo, and I want to talk about how I think of him as a pit bull type of player where he's going to be causing problems to other teams, relentless, high work rate. There's always got to be a defender watching him. And then Cunha, you can't fall asleep on Cunha. So it's really nice to have 2 guys up front like that. I wanted to talk about the need for a striker, desperate need for a striker, and Jomo, I agree, man. Desperate need for a striker, that we can't go into the season without a striker, but I'm not worried anymore. I feel like now that we got Mbeumo done, we can relax on the striker and the goalkeeper and wait till the end of the window. There's no way this window is going to close without us signing any more players. There's just no way. And now that Mbeumo's done, I feel a lot more comfortable. We still got, 5-6 weeks before the window closes. We're definitely going to sign at least 2 more players. But we might have to wait until Garnacho, Sancho, Rashford, Malacia, Antony are all out before they make any more signings. But that's okay. I know it's going to happen. And I'm not worried that much anymore. I just was worried because Mbeumo wasn't done. I didn't want July to end without Mbeumo being done. That would have been heartbreaking. Alex, I'm watching it on MUTV, man. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm an MUTV subscriber. I pay the team $5 a month or whatever it is to get access. Yes, Muji. Great question. We'll talk about. Let me take a sip of my coffee, and we'll talk about Cesco fitting in the Amarim system. And I don't understand why some people think he wouldn't, and I'll explain my take on it. Okay, so Cesco fits Amarim system in my eyes, and would actually probably do pretty good because he's got the body for hold up play for sure. Nobody can tell me that boy does not have the body to hold up the ball. He's definitely good in the air. And Amarim in Sporting, not Amarim in Manchester United, Amarim in Sporting averaged 20 crosses a game, guys. The most in the league, and some would say the most in all of Europe. 20 crosses a game his Sporting team would send in the box. We saw some of that at the end of games last season when we were in trouble. Having someone like Benjamin Cesco there would not be a bad thing during those situations. But also, let's not forget that our team is small. Even on like defensive corners, we could really use someone like Cesco. We are really bad at corners. You guys know that. I don't have to tell you this. If you're a Manchester United fan, you know we were bad at corners. We're awful at corners. Cesco would help us there. And then some people don't think Cesco's a channel runner and will say things on their channel like, you know, other players fit better, like Jackson. I don't want to laugh too much because we might end up with Nicholas Jackson, and that's going to upset me. But Nicholas Jackson would not fit much better than Cesco. That would just be different, but Cesco would fit. And he is a channel runner. He's just not as fast, but because of how he uses his body, it wouldn't matter. He does win races based on how he positions himself when he's running. So yeah, I like the look of Cesco. I would have liked Hugo Ekitike too. I think Cesco would be okay, man. I really do. Now I'm not saying we should go after Cesco either. I'm just saying he's a decent option. He's a good option. I don't mind it. Out of all the options, if our options are Watkins, Cesco, and Jackson, Jackson's the one I don't want. Jackson's my third choice in that list. Jackson would be like, okay, next year we got to get rid of Jackson and get a real striker in. Jackson would become a backup if we got rid of Rasmus next year. Jackson would just be here for a season starting, and then we would try to get rid of Rasmus next season unless he improves. We would get rid of Rasmus next season, and then Jackson would be a backup to whoever we get next season. So I don't want that. That's not the way I think you're supposed to build, at least not now. We're not good. So why would I get another player who's not that good? Now, everybody's saying that there's a deal we could work out with Garnacho going to Chelsea, so it wouldn't cost us much. Man, I don't want to build a squad based on stuff like that. I don't want to build a squad based on Chelsea will take Garnacho and we can get Jackson. That's not a way to build a winning squad. That's a way to budget a checkbook. That's not how you build a winning squad. I don't know, man. I don't want to be negative today. I'm excited. We got a game to watch. You guys brought up Jackson and did this to me. I think now that Mbeumo was done, the next 2-3 weeks will be mostly sales. Oh, I think you mean sales there. Yeah. I think all you're going to hear about is outgoings, right? You'll hear a little bit about incomings, but I don't think any incomings will get done. Now, the other good news that I heard, though, is that the Mbeumo deal was structured in a way that we're only paying $15 million this year because we're doing it in like 4 payments. So we're 4 payments of $60 million or $65 million, whatever. So we're only doing like 15 or 17 million this year, which supposedly after the the Cunha payout of this year was like 25. 17 for Mbeumo makes it like 37 total, which supposedly leaves us with another 13 because we had 50 million in cash for this year payments. So we have another 13 million. If we can make a deal where the only payment is 13 million this year, we might even be able to make another purchase. I don't know though. 16.5 per year, and then it was 20. I want to say 25 was the payment for Cunha. And early in the window, I heard that we had 50 million in cash for payments for players this summer. That's what we were going to use 30 million of that to pay Delap's what do you call it? Delap's buyout clause. And we're going to use the rest of it for the Cunha one. And that's how we had 50 million. But now we've used about 38 million of that or whatever, so we still have like 10 or 11 million in cash for purchases. I don't know if 10 or 11 million is enough for a striker, but it might be enough for a goalkeeper. Good morning, Marcus. Yeah, man. I woke up at like 5 o'clock and hopped on in 20, 30 minutes, and YouTube even gave me problems. It's tough, but I'm going to do this live every Saturday game. Every Saturday game. I don't care if I have to wake up at 4 a.m. or whatever. Thank you guys for joining me. Thank you so much, man. Thank you for all the support. Hit the like button. You guys are awesome. If you haven't, by the way, follow me on X, guys. Like, that's where I post things like, oh, I have a new video coming out, or I'm doing a live again. Because sometimes I like to do lives even if it's not a game to join you guys. And if you don't know what my X handle is, it's right down here below. It says follow me on X at Man United FC Man. It's right down here somewhere at the bottom. Follow me on X if you do have a Twitter or X account, and keep up to date. I don't post that much. I won't be in your timeline all day long. I might post once a day. And most of the time it's to keep you updated on what's going on the channel. Sometimes it's about what's going on in the world. Who's looking forward to today's game, man? And am I right? Is everybody here not really worried if we win or lose? Like, I as long as we don't get blown out, I'm not really worried if we win or lose. It's all about positioning, movement, ball movement. I just want to see improvement. And I'm curious to see Diego Leon play and Cunha fit with the team. Now, it's not a real test. I have a feeling that Bruno is playing up front when Bruno's not going to be playing up front once Mbeumo joins. So it's not completely the dynamic that we're going to see in about a week from now on our next game, but it would be nice to watch. That also depends on whether we sell any players from now till then. Are you talking about from now till the end of summer? Dude, look, we can all agree that, like, there's no way Rashford's not going to play for a whole year. There's no way Sancho's going to be okay with not playing for, I don't know, man. I hope not. I don't know. Those two players, I don't know. Anthony, I'm convinced no matter what, even if it's not Betis, Anthony will bite the bullet and go somewhere to play. He's not going to sit on the bench for a whole year and miss out on the World Cup. Malacia, I don't know. But Jadon Sancho and Garnacho, no way. Garnacho, no way he's going to be okay with just sitting on the bench or not even being on the bench and not playing for a whole year. So those, Anthony and Garnacho for sure will be sold. They will find teams. They're not bad players. They will find teams. Somebody will pay. And they're not on high wages. Anthony's not on that high wages, and Garnacho's not on high wages. The other two guys, the English boys, man, I don't think the English boys love football. I'm sorry. That's just the way I see it. I was going to make a video about it. And I had a thumbnail where it was Sancho and Rashford in the foreground with Gareth Bale and, like, God, I can't remember the other player I put there. It was another really high-profile player like Gareth Bale who I never thought was in love with, like, fell out of love with football. And, you know, like, Gareth Bale didn't care if he was on the bench or not, as long as he lived in Spain and he made his money. He didn't care. How many times did Real Madrid try to sell him and he wouldn't leave? He's like, no, it's cool. I'll sit on the bench, play golf, and get my money. I feel like Rashford and Sancho are not in love with football. I think they're in love with their Rolls Royces and their chains and their money. And they don't give a damn, like, if they play or not. And Rashford's like, oh, I want to collect my money and live in sunny Barcelona. Like, he doesn't, it's not about the football. It really is. I know some people say it was Barcelona. Of course it's about the football. Is it really, though? Is it really? I think he'd be happy sitting on the bench at Barcelona. I don't think he's worried about, like, whether he's going to get in the starting lineup in Barcelona. And Sancho, like, come on. Look at Sancho. Like, Sancho's not worried about playing football. That kid had so much potential. So did Rashford. And then they just got worse and worse and worse But they got Rolls Royces, they got chains. Like as they got worse, they got more toys, and you saw them like out. Look, there's a reason why Sir Alex Ferguson preferred players who were married and had kids. Because those guys usually just focus on their football and their families. I don't know, man. Like, I don't want to talk about anybody's personal business, but I feel like there was a breakup with Rashford and his girlfriend like 2 or 3 years ago, and ever since then, it's been downhill. I don't know. Let's read some comments. Rashford is going to Barcelona. Yeah, sure. Maybe he is, but it's not going to be great for us. They're not going to pay us what he's worth. They're just going to take him and, like, rip us off because he's being tough. He's being very difficult to deal with, right? Aries? What's up, Aries, by the way? Thanks for coming, man. Marcus is just about to join next. Don't worry, Marcus. It's not scary. It's not scary, old man. You'll figure it out. Love you, Marcus. That also depends on whether we sell any players from now till then. Yeah. Just don't let James score. Oh, really? You don't like it? You don't like James that much? I mean, come on. We kicked him out of the squad. I kind of felt bad for him when we kicked him out. Because, I mean, he didn't do anything bad, did he? Like, he was a hardworking guy. He just wasn't as talented as we wanted him to be. And we kicked him out. I got nothing but, like, I don't know. I got nothing but respect for James. But, yeah, against us, I don't want him to score. Sean says, same, not worried about the result, just nice to see how everyone looks after the first few training sessions. Yeah, and you got to remember, some of these guys have only, like Rasmus, I'm trying to, like Brune. Some of these guys have only been with the squad training for less than a week. They showed up on Thursday. Okay, so about a week. They showed up on Thursday. They trained for like 5 or 6 days because, you know, they had a day or two off. So not a lot of training. But players like Diego Leon and Cunha have been around since the first day of training. So they've had a good 2 weeks of training. I'm really curious to see them. The starters, I think all the starters except for Brune have been with the squad for the full 2 weeks. I might be wrong, but I think when I looked at the starting sheet, I was actually paying attention to that. I wanted to see that if he's starting the guys who came in late on Thursday or he's starting all guys that came in early. I think Casemiro might have come in late, or did Casemiro show up on the first day? I can't remember that one. Bro, show like a TV for us, please. What? What do you mean? Raquelme says, bro, show like a TV for us, please. I don't know what that means. Tell me what that means, Raquelme, and I'll see what I can do. Can they even afford him? Red rum. Can they even afford who, man? Whenever Rashford has this... Oh, are you talking about Barcelona affording Rashford? I don't know. But I don't care. Like, they shouldn't... I don't know, man. I don't like talking about Rashford because I'm only going to say negative things. I have nothing positive to say about Rashford other than he used to be my favorite player. I have 3 of his kits in my closet in the back. He used to be my favorite player, and I'm very let down. Twitter is toxic. Yeah. You just got to know who to block and who not to look at. Man, you know how many things I tell my timeline, like, I'm not interested in this post. I'm not interested in this post because I don't want to see it. And I'm talking about Manchester United fans who say things that are just either super toxic or super strange. Like, super, like, what are you talking? Like, people will put up lineups of squads and you're like, you just know when you see it that they don't know anything about football. Not even close to knowing something about football if they think that that's a good lineup. So I just... not interested in this post, so I don't have to see anything from that person again. Marcus, you know what, man? Like, I am into keyboards. I don't know if you've noticed. There's a keyboard right there behind me. There's actually 2 you can't see off screen. So I got 4 keyboards around me right now. The one right in front of me that I use, 2 right there, 1 there. I think it's hard to find a keyboard that feels great, man. I'm kind of psycho. I'll go on Amazon, and anytime they have like a sale on a nice keyboard for like $50, I'll buy it just because it's usually like $90 or whatever, and I'll try it out, and I either like it or I don't, and I get the next one. I'm weird like that, but I think I found the right one, the one I'm using right now. I like it a lot. So don't worry about keyboards. If you don't like the keyboard, man, get another one. That's my advice. But don't listen to me. I'm surrounded by 4 of them. May see Mbeumo sign tomorrow. Yeah, I think Mbeumo will sign tomorrow. I don't know if it'll be announced tomorrow. They might announce it on Monday just to have something nice come out on the beginning of the week. But yeah, Mbeumo will sign tomorrow. Apart from, I mean, God willing, and hopefully nothing goes wrong during the medical, because we really need a guy like Mbeumo. Apart from the forwards, what other outings would you want to see leave this summer and maybe next season? Well, I mean, Mr. Perfect, next season you're going to have Maguire's leaving, that's for sure, right? Contract's going to be up. Casemiro will be gone next season. So we don't even have to sell them. They're going to be done and gone. By the way, I am right about Casemiro's contract, right? Like, he's not one more. It's just next season and he's done. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I think Cass only has one more season. And so does Maguire. So those two are gone next season anyway. And then I'd like to be selling. Look, unless Rasmus improves, I don't think he's a bad player. I just think he's bad physically with his body and hold-up play and in aerial duels. Unless Rasmus improves, I'd like to sell Rasmus next summer. That's right, be cool. Volume is a bit low. Hey, Joey Pixel says my volume's a bit low. Is that should I turn it up, guys? I'm gonna turn it up. If it's too loud, you guys let me know it got too loud and I'll turn it back down. I just turned it up a little bit. Let me know if that's too loud, if it breaks. Oh, I gotta turn it back down once the game starts because I might yell during the game and I don't wanna deafen you guys. But is that too loud? Because on mine it's showing like red lines. It's showing like it's too loud. Is this too loud, the way I'm talking right now? Is this too loud? Thank you, be cool. Lackmeister, let's hope we see higher work rate and speed. This Sancho's a good play, Meeks. Thank you, man. Yes, I hope we should see that, right? Like, we should see guys who've been training hard and working on their work rate. They're supposedly way more fit than they've been in a while, so let's see it. I mean, everybody was talking about how fit our players are. I agree with Red Rum, by the way. YouTube sometimes will make you think volume's too low. Go ahead and refresh on your phones or whatever you're watching on. Yeah, the problem is probably with the internet. It's bordering on too loud. Yeah, that's what I thought. I had it at a good... Joey Pixels ruined it, guys. Just blame Joey Pixels. Joey Pixel says, let's get 20 likes. I agree with him there, but I don't agree with the volume. Thank you, Joey. When will they start the game? I thought it started at 6. What's going on? Guys, I didn't even realize it's already 2 minutes past 6. What's going on? Am I missing the game? What time is the game, guys? I thought it was at 6. Red Rum, thank you. Yeah, you're right, man. Like, cause on my side, it's bordering on yellow right now. Cause I turned it back down. I turned it back down. It was too loud. Like on my side, it was showing reds. But how come the game hasn't started? That's what's tripping me out. It's at 6 o'clock, right? Guys, while we're waiting for the game to start, let's talk a little bit about the formation and some of the comments I keep getting. And I mean, I get them nonstop, guys. I'm gonna be honest with you, okay? Like, don't take this as an insult if you're one of these guys, man. I'm not trying to insult you, bro. But people keep telling me, isn't the 3-4-3 the reason why we're losing? Amarim's system is why we're bad, and blah blah blah. If you guys watched the latest video from The Athletic just like 3-4 days ago about systems and like how the Premier League is evolving, you would have seen that a lot of teams, including Pep Guardiola's Man City, and I forgot the other ones. Pep Guardiola's Man City, Chelsea, a lot of teams are changing into a 3-back system at some point in the game. It's not like the old. It's not Sir Alex Ferguson days where you just play in a 4-4-2 and you stay in that system the whole time. Systems evolve throughout games, throughout minutes in the game. Like literally, 1 minute you could be in a 3-4-3, and the next minute you could be in 5-2, 5-3-1-2. Stop worrying about like 3-4-3, 4-2-3-1, 4-3-3. None of those things really mean anything. PSG themselves, which played amazing football last year, would change into a 3-back system throughout the game multiple times a game. It's just where the sport's going to deal with like the high press. I've said it in past videos. The game's changing a lot because of the man-to-man high press. It used to be, even when teams used to press high, they pressed in zones, not man-to-man. They press with one striker would have to cover 2 center backs, whereas now they send, they man-to-man. When you're going man-to-man, you want 3 backs instead of just 2. You want 3 backs because then you're asking the other team, are you going to send a third guy up here too? And if they do, which they do most of the time, like they will send the third guy up there too, which makes it like a game of like chicken, and a game that it's a high risk, high reward for both sides, for both teams. It evens out the playing field a little bit. What do I think of the price tag of Bryan Mbeumo? Listen, if we're going to look at the price tags of all the players that have been sold in the Premier League this offseason, then his price tag's fine. Because of the, how good he is, and he's better than most all the players that were sold this offseason. Dude, if Wirtz, I forgot his first name. If Wirtz, who's going to Liverpool, is worth $115 million or whatever it is, and if Madueke is worth 50-something million, then yeah, Bryan Mbeumo's worth $65 million with add-ons to 71, and those add-ons are team-based add-ons, which means we probably have to make it to the Champions League for Brentford to get their extra $5 million. I'm pretty sure you're okay with that too. Like, if we're going to make it to Champions League and that's how they get paid, sure. Yeah, let's do it. I'm okay with the price. I just wish they didn't need to go on a fishing trip to discuss and decide, yeah, that price is fine. I wish they would have just decided that price was fine a week ago. Another thing is, by the way, like, I actually like the stories about the fishing trip, guys, because I think that, like team building exercises, even though they're not a part of the team, but taking the CEO, the technical director, and the new owner and Sir Jim Ratcliffe to spend time together in outside of the country, probably without their wives and families, just to spend time together fishing, going to dinners, and discussing is a good thing. They need to build that kind of relationship so they can be honest with each other when it's time to be honest. You don't want someone like Omar Barada or like Jason Wilcox to be apprehensive or scared to say his honest opinion to Sir Jim Ratcliffe, because he might worry what Sir Jim Ratcliffe's going to think. If Jason Wilcox looks at him and goes, hey man, we need you to dump another $100 million in here, you don't want him to be scared to share that kind of feeling. And the way you build the kind of relationship where you can be honest with somebody who's much more powerful than you is to spend time like this together, whether it's fishing, going to dinners, and stuff like that. So for me, I was very happy to read about that. And I was also happy to find out, or not read, that Dave Brailsford was there. I don't want him anywhere around, to be honest with you guys. Like, I don't think he knows football. I think Sir Jim needs to have his own relationship with Omar and with Jason, and hopefully with Amarin, without Dave Brailsford or anybody being in between as a go-between, as a communicator. I want them to communicate directly with each other. If we're gonna really build a winning team, there needs to be open communication and honest communication. Yeah, I'm watching it now, man. I'm seeing Cunha with the new kit on. It looks good. I'm probably gonna order that kit in Cunha's name. Yeah, I'm a sucker for new kits. If they look good, especially, I like this away kit, and I'm waiting to see the third kit too, because I think I'm gonna like that one. I think it's like black. I'm not sure. I forgot the leak I saw. I think it's black. I'm waiting to see that one too. Man, every time the preseason comes, I get delusional and start getting excited and start thinking maybe we can finish top 4. I know Sir Dave left, man. I know he left, but he's still with Enios. He still probably gets invites to stuff. But I heard he was busy at the Tour de France. Oh, we are doing the gift exchange. Guys, we just did a gift exchange, which we were too cheap to do and wanted to stop doing. Or maybe that was a fake story. Maybe we never intended on not giving gifts to people we play friendlies with, man. And if that's a fake story, that's some low, I want to say the S word. That's some low crap these journalists pull sometimes to say something negative about Manchester United. I mean, the stories were that, Manchester United doesn't want to do any gift exchanges anymore. They think it's outdated and it'll help them save money. Okay, guys. Anybody who's done a watch along with me before knows I am super duper bad at starting the clock. So I have to focus on starting the clock now, or else I'll miss it, and there's no way for me to correct it once I miss it. Let's reset. I have it at 1 second. I'm just going to start it from 1 second. Hello, Mont. No, it started at zeros. That's a sad story, man. Moment of silence for Diogo. Moment of silence is over. Guys, official loan bid says Rodrigo Estacio. I don't know if that's true. I hope Rodrigo's not pulling our chains here. Official loan bid from Barca for Rashford via Fabrizio Romano. I hope that's true. And then you've got... What else did I read? Oh, did you see the Leverkusen result yesterday? Yeah, I did, man. Yeah, I did. Unfortunately... Eric Ten Hag's system does leave a lot of open spaces in the midfield. I mean, a lot. People think that Ruben Amorim's 3-4-3 ends up leaving two midfielders by themselves on an island, and we leave a lot of open spaces in midfield. Eric Ten Hag's system was way more open in the midfield. Yeah. Yeah, they got smoked yesterday. Okay, we're off. The time you see on my screen right now is the time I'm at. If you're ahead of me, please don't ruin things for us. Or if you're ahead of me, you can push the pause and try to be at the same time as me. Obviously, you're probably ahead of me, most of you guys, because of the delay on YouTube from the time that I say something to the time you guys see me say or hear me say that thing. And man, already Diogo Leon, dude, already showing that he can handle the ball in tight spaces. Oh man, we need a new goalkeeper. See you, Red Rum. I really like this kit. It looks good on TV too from far away. It's easy to see everybody on the field in this kit. This is cool. Oh man. Okay. For sure, Marcus. That's why I think a striker is more important than a goalkeeper right now. But definitely we could use a better goalkeeper. Go Cheeto. Guys, Diego Leon does not look like a kid. Like his whole demeanor, his posture, and the way he strides is not. Oh, that's a mistake by him, though. That is a mistake by him. Can't be making mistakes like that. Got a little too eager, too aggressive, and let the guy backdoor him like that. It's interesting to me to watch Ahmad out of possession as a wingback to see if he's improved at reading the game, because he wasn't a great out of possession wingback player last season. He was really good in possession, but right now I'm watching him mark his man and stay with his man, and I'm like, okay, that's good. That's better than last year. Pretty good. Pretty good movement from most of our guys. What are you guys saying? Not seeing big exchanges. Are you saying like switches? What do you mean by big exchanges? That was a little bit heavy pass from Cunha. He kind of screwed Leon over there. Very good pressing, though. Very good positioning and pressing after we lost the ball. We're going hatless. It's too early in the morning. Very organized in the back. If you watch the center backs, all move up and down together. Very organized. Diego Leon came out at the right time there and didn't get backdoored. Didn't like come out too aggressive where he couldn't hit the brakes. Hopefully he learns from his last mistake and doesn't do it again. Cunha's running, which people said Cunha doesn't run or press. Hit the brakes, buddy. Hit the brakes. Don't get burned. Okay, so far out of possession, I would say we're better. In possession, not much. I haven't seen anything yet. Whoa, 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 whoa. We have a guy who can get out of tight situations, guys. We didn't have a guy like that before. We have a guy who could do that. That little step over and get out. I need to see better movement and better ball movement too. Okay, so Bruno's coming back to help. So he came from he's playing as a cam, and he came all the way back, and then he passes it out. No, we got this. Is not acceptable. First of all, Bruno shouldn't have to come back if he's playing as a cam. And then if he does run all the way back to help, then he can't kick it out of bounds. You have to shore up your defense first. Definitely, you have to shore up your position, your defense, like out of possession defense, defensive positioning first, and movements first. So it would make a lot of sense that in the first week, they did 70% out of possession work and 30% in possession work. That would make a lot of sense. But definitely for the rest of the preseason, they got to start working with in possession stuff because we are not good at it. Good pass there from Collier. Nice there. Turn. Leon with 2 on him. That's good. Give it back to him. This is good. No. Nice. That's the kind of penetration we need. What Cunha just did is exactly what we need to make us better in possession. There has to be a guy who's willing to split two guys and just run. Something that I was always hoping Rashford would do for us, but he didn't. That's what you need right there. You have that. That opens up so much space in the future because those defenders will now look for that and start to bunch up together, which will open up holes. And if they don't, then he's just going to keep doing it and taking that space. And the fact that Mbeumo is going to be able to do that too. That's going to be a different dynamic that we haven't had in a long time. In a long time. The kind of dribblers we've had in the past, 4, 5, 6 years have been guys who want to dribble up the wings. This guy wants to penetrate right up the middle, which we haven't had, we haven't had a prolific one since Rooney. Martial, too, when he was, before injury. You think Collier is playing right side of 10? Or do you think that he did that because Bruno started going back? Because Collier is not a right side of 10. But I think at some point after the first 3 minutes, Amorim made that change and put Bruno back to help build and put Collier up front. But I don't think that's how they started. There's not a lot of movement going on. There we go. Cheeto wasn't ready for that cast flick. It was a great flick, though. Collier as a right side of 10 is basically like we're playing one man down because he doesn't fit there at all. Yeah, Toby's playing as a 10 now. And that's just a waste of a player. Like, that doesn't help us at all. It's like we're playing one man short. I don't think you'll see Collier, Casemiro, and Bruno in a starting lineup again moving forward in this preseason. And that's not a genius take because we got Mbeumo joining anyway. But even if we didn't have Mbeumo joining, after seeing whatever Amorim just saw, I don't think you'll see those three starting together. That's not even a foul. That's not even a foul, man. That's not even a foul. If Collier started as a right side of 10, I don't understand it. If that's how they started the game like that, I don't understand it at all. It's a waste. I'm not worried because I know that's not going to happen again because Mbeumo's coming. So I'm not really worried about it. But Collier is a waste at a right side of 10. I'd rather have Mainu up there. Or Mason Mount. Obviously, Xerxes not there right now because he's injured. But I'd rather have Xerxes up there. You guys think he'll substitute the whole team at halftime and bring in a whole new squad or no? I don't think so because I think he has a small squad with him. I think he'll make a lot of substitutions, but I don't think it's the whole team situation. Melchizedek. I don't mean to make excuses. That's not why I'm saying what I'm about to say, but Leeds should look more sharp than us. That is not abnormal. Leeds has the same players they had last season, and they've had the same coach for I don't know how long. At least I think that's the situation. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think Leeds changed their manager or their playing style. Whereas we've got a new manager, new playing style. We're still learning. So yeah, Leeds looking more sharp than us doesn't really bother me. What bothers me, I'm not saying we're doing good, and I'm not, again, this isn't me making excuses. It bothers me that I still don't see the movement I expect to see in the triangles I expect to see in possession and the diamonds I expect to see in possession. I'm not really seeing it, guys. And that does bother me. So you have a point. I just don't want us to compare ourselves to a team that doesn't have a new manager and a new playing style. He has 29 guys. So he might change the whole. It might be 45 minutes as like a training session to get everybody on. I mean, to make sure everybody understands, what Melchizedek is saying is that we don't look great, and that I agree with. That right now, the shape you're seeing in front of you right now is the right shape. That I'm liking to see. Like the press should be in a diamond up front, and then everybody else behind. So out of possession shape is looking good. In possession shape is not. This is where the problems start right here. We got the ball, our center backs. There's very little movement going on. Now, I can't see the whole. Yeah, I don't like this. I don't like this. And Toby Collier is not going to be able to do anything at a right side of 10. They try to use him as out pass, and he doesn't have the pace to make that run. Look at this. Out of possession shape looks fine. I mean, you can see it right now. 5 seconds ago, we don't look like we knew what we were doing when we had the ball. As soon as we don't have the ball, we look okay. That's a foul. Ref. I see a loan for Collier. I hope so. I hope so. I'd rather see Sekou Kone not as a right-sided 10. But yeah, I think Kone is probably better than Collier. From the little bit that I've seen of Kone, he's shown me that he could be a top-class player. Collier just looks like a okay player. I'm not saying he's bad, but he doesn't look anything amazing. Okay, let's see who gets the second ball. That's so bad. Our goalkeeper doesn't know how to kick a ball. Nice job, Ahmad. No one's making a run to zone 18. Cheeto had it. Look how bad the timing of this run to zone 18 is. Look, like that's not, yes, that is a part of the tactics for sure. Yes, I've said it in a million videos. But it wasn't there at that. It wasn't on. It was on 5 seconds before that, and Cheeto had it, and he didn't do it. And that's the problem. We do that all the time. The bad timing, and it makes the tactics look bad. When all you have to do is make it at the right time, in the right situation, and the tactics are really good. Oh, come on, Bruno, man. What's up with your passing today? This is pissing me off. Like, I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying. I'm really trying. But in possession, we look just like as bad as we did last season. No, Kone's not going on loan. Stories came out today, Marcus, that they've decided to look, unless those stories aren't real, but there's stories out today, this morning. As soon as I woke up and I turned on my phone to see what time it was and to check if there's anything on X about the starting lineup, I also saw stories coming out that they've decided that Kone is impressive enough to stay. Will Ferrell. Yeah, Kone's staying. He's going to be a part of the squad. What does that mean, climb on the Bruno bandwagon? Like the Bruno what bandwagon? I think Bruno's an amazing player. I just hate when he has his off days because it's not like he has an off pass or two. He has an off day. That pisses me off. It's like you're allowed to make a bad pass or two no matter how great you are, but like You can't have an off game where the whole game you're making bad passes. And that's kind of what Bruno does. He's been bad. Be Cool's right. He's been bad this game. And I like him. Like, if you go look at my past videos, I didn't want him to leave. I didn't want the 100 million from Saudi. I think we need someone like a captain like Bruno is. But we can't have the captain have a bad day. Like, that's not... That's just heartbreaking. I think we're going to suffer this season, guys. Like, I'm looking at this, what I'm seeing right now. You know what? It's early. I shouldn't be like this. I got to give the whole preseason time to develop, more time on the training field. Never mind. Ignore me. Ignore me. I'm just not happy about what I've been watching for the last 25 minutes. We should be clam, like Chuck Woody says. We should all be clam. Everything will work together. So I'm just playing with you, man. I know we should be calm. We should definitely be calm, man. It's early. It's just, you know, like, I've been looking forward to this game. I've been looking forward to the season. I've been looking forward to erasing the past and moving forward. So, you know, and I'm a fan. Like, bottom line, I'm a fan. And it's heartbreaking. But it's early. And we should all be calm. Clam. Yeah, but it's a loan bid, right, Hajar? They sent a loan bid for Rashford. They're like, hey, we'll take him off your hands if you pay half his salary type of bid, right? I like Diego Leon, man. I like the look of him. He's just got to be a little safer and less aggressive sometimes, but I do like the look of him. There you go, Cheeto. Like, make a mark on the game, bro. You might be out in 20 minutes. The first half might end, and you might be on the bench for the second half. Nice job, Ahmad. Oh, shoot. That's not a foul? Move the ball, dude. Don't take too long. Now we got to go backwards again, and we're not good from back there. And there comes our goalkeeper who doesn't know how to kick a ball. Yeah, Leon's good, man. I like Cunha, too. Like, I like that fight that he has in him. You don't like his... I understood everything you wrote there, Rovell. Everything until I read the last 4 words. You don't like Amarim's profile of player targets. You don't like Cunha and Mbeumo? Because so far, that's all his player targets have been. Cunha, Mbeumo, Diego Leon. He has not recruited any other player since he's been in. Cunha, Mbeumo, Diego Leon. What's wrong with the profile of his player targets, Ravel? Everything else you said I agreed with until I read those 4 words and I was like, wait, what? Cunha's doing great. Cunha's doing exactly what we need him to do. Fight and penetrate through the middle. And Dorgu. Correct. And Dorgu. I forgot about Dorgu. And Heaven. Nice. So chat's helping me out. They understand exactly what I was trying to get at. Ahmad just got freedom, right? Like, because now I've seen Ahmad in the center. I've seen Ahmad on the left. I don't know what happened, but he gave Ahmad, like, the green light to go wherever he wants to free roam, I guess. Because in the last 3 minutes, Ahmad's been everywhere. You're probably watching it a few seconds earlier than me. Ooh. Damn. You're probably watching the game a few seconds earlier than me, Joao. Because, remember, I'm on YouTube, so by the time I say something, there's a little bit of a delay until you see it. And you can see the clock on the screen there. That's where I'm at in the game. So I always tell people, like, when I'm doing watch along, like when I watch somebody else's watch along, I pause the game until I reach the same part as the guy doing the watch along that I'm watching, and then I unpause so that me and the YouTuber are on the same time. That way I don't get confused when he's talking about something that I already saw 5 seconds ago or whatever. That was actually a good play. Oh, okay. Ravel says he's not a fan of pace and power as a preference when Alvaro was clear as day or whatever. And I think our manager has been complaining about physicality for a season, so he would rather have pace and power. So unfortunately, like, I agree. Damn. I agree with the need for pace and power. I was not someone who wanted Alvaro, so I think in the Premier League you need pace and power. You are 1 second behind. I'm 1 second behind you, and that's pretty much probably the YouTube delay. You know? It's going to take a second for the internet to send you guys a signal from my house. And like I was saying, our out of possession shape looks really good. I mean, everyone's where they need to be, except for right there. Oh, guys, come on. Marcus, you might be getting my feed faster than other people, though, because you're in North America also. Okay. Oh, get there. Cheeto Obi, guys. Cheeto Obi has a lot to learn. He needs to learn how to get involved, how to take up positions, how to make runs to zone 16 and 18 at the right time. There were a couple opportunities that he missed on. I have no doubt that he's a talented kid. But he's got a lot to learn about how little time he has to make the right decision in the pros, in the big leagues. This isn't the under 21s. In the under 21s, you have time to think and make a decision after you think. In the pros, you almost have to make a decision before anything happens. You have to go, oh, if that happens, I'm going that way. If something else happens, I'm going the other way. So he moved Collier to right wing back and moved Ahmad to right 10. Am I seeing that right, or what's going on over there? Is that why Ahmad's been popping up in all these different spots, because he's now in the midfield and he moved Collier to right wing back? Because that makes me feel a lot better. That makes me feel a lot better. Collier was just a waste of space at right 10, guys. Ahmad at right 10 has been involved a hell of a lot more in and out of possession. Collier never touched the ball in possession. This is, guys, a part of the reason why we don't look good in possession is also because our striker's not moving in the right positions in possession. That's a part of the reason too. And again, like, Cheeto's very young. I don't mind, but it's really annoying when Rasmus isn't in the right spots at the right time. Dude, Diego Leon keeps getting burned with the give and go pass up the wing. Like, that's, I like the kid, but he's got to get better at defending the give and go. What is he doing? He's got his hand down his pants? What is happening? Cunha's starting to get desperate to make something happen. Get it out there. There you go. Even though it's Collier, and I'm not sure he knows what to do with it. Oh man, this is gonna be a. There's a lot of work to do. There's a lot of work to do on the training ground, guys. There's going to be a lot of work to do. Yep. But the good news is, out of possession, our movements and our shape is really good. As long as people don't make mistakes like Diego Leon getting burned by the give and go every time. Out of possession, we look pretty solid position-wise. I'm not saying we look solid as in we have the best players ever defensively, but positionally we look very solid out of possession. In possession, you're seeing it right now. They're literally saying, okay, that wasn't bad. That wasn't bad. Ahmad made a good move to the middle. And see, you need your 10s to make the right movements, and you need your striker to make the right movements so you can get the ball working through the lines. Oh. Collier, cross the ball, dude. Oh, Jesus. Great. Getting yelled at by Cunha for Cheeto it's not going to do great things to his confidence. But he actually should have left it alone. He didn't know Cunha was there. He should have left this alone because it's right on Cunha's right foot. But look at the kid's face getting yelled at. Look at the kid's face. It's not great for the confidence, but if I was Cunha, I probably would have done the same thing. I probably would have been like, dude, I'm right here. It's on my right foot. I don't have to spin like you. I could have taken that shot. Philip, I honestly think that is a very good take. It's a very good comment. Not only loan, like he's probably looking at players that are young and going, okay, who do I need to loan out and who do I need to keep? And then the ones I need to keep, what do I need to teach them? Because all of them can learn something. Like look at Diego Leon get burned again. Do you see Diego Leon get burned again? Diego Leon needs to learn that he can't just aggressively run out like that. He needs to run out at a pace that he can stop and turn. They're just going to go around him with a give-and-go pass or just dribble right around him. He's running too fast. His momentum. Whoa. Hey, ref. Ref, what the I could defend like that then. I could play in the Premier League if that's allowed. Just shove people. Like, I like the look of Diego Leon in possession. I don't like the look of Diego Leon out of possession. He's like the opposite of what I'm saying about everybody else. Out of possession, Diego Leon is pressing too aggressively, and because he's a little late, maybe. So he feels the need to I got to make up that ground. Oh, no. And he's getting burned a lot. So I don't know. I don't know how he needs to learn to hey, man, you got to run at a pace that you can stop and turn. So yeah, I think he's looking at who should I be loaning out because he wants a small squad. And also for the ones I'm not loaning out, what do I need to teach them, right? Great switch. But it's Collier who's not going to do anything. He's going to stop there and pass backwards. Pay attention, Collier every time. Stop the ball, pass backwards. I don't blame him. It's not his position to play as wingback, but he shouldn't have been starting, period, at any position. Collier will be taken out at halftime. I guarantee that. No matter what I don't know if he's changing the whole team at halftime or not, but even if he's not, Collier will not be there for the second half. What? What? Cunha's getting. I don't know if you guys saw that, but Cunha looked frustrated after that Diego Leon kick right now. And the first thought I had in my head was, get used to it, buddy. You're going to get frustrated for a whole season. I don't know if Diego Leon comes out in the second half either. I think Patrick Dorgu will come out in the second half for Leon. Leon has a lot to learn. And I think Toby Collier will be taken out. What are we saying, guys? I talked a lot. It's time for you guys to do it. Let me read some comments. What do you guys have to say? Get your comments in right now at halftime. Talk to me. Let me know what you think. I know it was a little bit negative or whatever you may think I'm being negative. I'm not being negative. I mean, I hate when people get on my comments and tell me I'm being negative, where I'm like, dude, I'm not being negative. Like, I'm being a fan who loves this team. And this is what I see. It's heartbreaking. But there are positives, and I say those too. I don't sit here and say everything is bad. There is nothing at the right. Collier totally missing. Yeah, for sure, man. I agree with you, Zay. Well, Collier, it's not his fault, right? Oh, I should have stopped the time. Nobody reminded me. Give me a second. Let me stop the time. Okay. I can't restart it or take it back to 45, so I have to make sure I start the time when it says 47 on the clock. Leon needs to learn that if he's late, he shouldn't commit. 100% be cool. That's better said than the way I said it. You said it better than me. It's exactly the problem. If you're late, don't commit that much. You're way more positive than me. Joey Pixels, thank you, man. I appreciate it because I actually get the opposite. I get people in my comments telling me, like, stop being negative. Stop being clickbaity. I'm like, clickbaity? Dude, I mean, that makes me laugh every time I see anybody I see anybody accusing me of being, like, clickbaity. Someone even, like, compared me to Mark Goldbridge, and I'm like, dude, that's tough. Like, that is tough to be compared to. I just don't see it. I don't see it at all. The midfield needs a revamp. Unfortunately, I don't know if you're going to get that this year. I really don't. And to be honest with you, I think we see the problem differently, me and you. I get that comment a lot. The midfield is the problem. The midfield is the problem. Here's what I see, and you can then agree with me or disagree with me, obviously. The problem we have in possession isn't because of our midfielders. It's because of the movement up front. To progress the ball in a Ruben Amorim system, the ball is supposed to either go to zone 16 and 18, which you've seen me say a million times in my videos, or we create those triangles and diamonds on the sides, which drags their defenses forward, which opens up a pocket somewhere between their last line and their midfield line for the striker or one of the 10s to receive the ball with a defender on their back and hold up the ball for about a touch or two and then spread it out to oncoming runners. So it's not the midfielders are only supposed to move in certain ways, not actually receive the ball to progress the ball. They're only supposed to, like, drag defenders away from that pocket. That's all the midfielders have to do is drag defenders away from the pocket. And if the pocket doesn't open up because the defense is playing too high, well, then zone 16 and 18 are wide open. And the striker needs to realize that. And when a ball is being passed back to one of our defenders, before that defender's first touch, that striker needs to take off. So that the sequencing of almost being offside and the first touch of this guy who's going to launch the ball is at the perfect timing so that he's not offside and he wins the race to the ball at zone 16 and 18. That doesn't happen with us. With Sporting, it was automatic. It was automatic. When Gyökeres would take, and it's not because of who Gyökeres is, it's because the whole team was like a well-oiled machine. When Gyökeres would take off and when the defender would have his first touch to launch that ball, would happen at the perfect timing, at like 80% of the time. We don't have that yet. And then the other thing is that pocket play, which sometimes we have. Xerxes does it better than Rasmus. Xerxes does it really well to hold up play in the pocket. Again, with the midfielders doing the same thing. Just going like this and dragging defenders away from that pocket. So that's why I don't think the midfield is the issue. I think is the understanding and the timing of the forward players of how to move. Like somebody's got to come in the pocket and someone's got to threaten a run in behind. That's always got to happen. You have to have at least one threat to running in behind and one threat running into the pocket that's open. And that's just not happening. Shaw can't run. Relax. Second half will be much better. Here we are watching you over, Mark. Thanks, man. Cesco price seems unrealistic for us. So what striker would you like to see come in? Vlahovic, Jackson, Watkins. Watkins, but I don't like his age. If those are my choices, if you're telling me Vlahovic, Jackson, Watkins, then I'll take Watkins. I don't like his age though. At all. Like at all. Like if he comes in and he's good for us next year, like what do we have, 2 seasons with him before I'm like, okay, we need a younger one that can run. Vlahovic used to be good. I don't know what happened. Last 2-3 seasons he hasn't been bad, and I don't believe in picking up someone on the way down, and then hoping that you make him have a turnaround, because our team, Manchester United, usually does the opposite. You get someone on the way up and you make them worse. We've never taken someone and made them much better. So why are we going to get somebody who's on his way down and pretend we're going to make him better? Like we don't have a track record of doing that. That's my problem with Vlahovic. And then with Jackson, bro, it's just a little bit too kamikaze for me. And to be honest with you, like I haven't said this yet, but this is true. We already have kamikaze and Cunha. I like Cunha. This isn't me saying Cunha's bad. Don't misinterpret. Don't get in my comments saying dumb things. I didn't say Cunha's bad. Cunha's good, but Cunha's kind of kamikaze. Like Cunha's not so clean with all his touches and all his passing. I don't want 2 of those up front. I can have 1. Samix, Rashford finally out of our club. 350. Are you serious? Like it's done? Hold on, guys. I got to check my phone here. I've gotten too much Rashford comments I need it. I don't believe it. Like Rashford is done? Like it's a here we go done? Marcus Rashford to Barcelona is here we go. Oh, wow. What loan with buy option? God. Well, at least he's 300. All right, fine. We got the money. We're saving us. How much are we paying of his wages? Here we go. Marcus Rashford to Barcelona. Guys, no matter what, we all root for Rashford to kill it. We need him to kill it so they pay up after the season's over. We need him to kill. I mean, ridiculous. I mean, make Lamine Yamal look bad. Kill it. Make Lamine Yamal look like his little brother. We need him to kill it. So don't anybody tell me you're going to root against him and hope for something bad to happen to him. No. No injuries. No back pain. I want him to kill when he's over there so we can get the money for him. All I care about is my team, and my team needs money. I don't care what Rashford does or what Barcelona does. For my team to get money, I need Rashford to kill it. Just like Anthony killed it last season, but I need him to kill it even more than Anthony. I mean, I need him to play like Rashford plays. And usually, when Marcus gets a little bit of motivation behind his back, he does do well. And maybe he does want to make the World Cup team. By the way, if Rashford does kill it, please, I don't care what people do on Twitter or on X. If you're someone who watches me and who follows me, don't comment to me if you're like one of those guys who's going to say like, oh, we should have kept Rashford. Amorim should have figured out a way to work with him. Any of that. I don't want to hear that stuff, to be honest. And remember who I am. Yeah, I'm a guy who has 3 Rashford kits in his closet. I used to love Rashford. I'm done with him, and I still want him to kill it. And if he kills it, I'm not going to say I wish we kept him, because it was over. That relationship was done. It's like an ex-girlfriend you wish good things for. You're like, okay, me and her aren't going to work out, but I hope she has a good life. Man, it's so nice to have that done. That's a lot of money saved on wage. I don't know. Anybody know? I'm trying to find out. That's why I was still looking at my phone, but I realized that's not exactly a smart thing to do when you're live. But I'm trying to find out if anybody knows anything about the agreement. Like, are we paying his wages or some portion of his wages, or are they taking up the whole wages? Marcus says full wages covered plus 5 mil. Oh, nice, dude. 5 mil upfront cash, I hope. Yeah, of course, because it's a loan. So that's 5 mil we can add to that. Earlier we were talking about how we still have around 10 million in cash, liquid cash to spend on a transfer. That adds another 5 mil to that. That's 15 mil we could be paying down for someone's payments if we want to go after a goalkeeper or a striker. This is good. Don says, thank God. You're a scream, Samix. Rashford will kill. I hope so. I don't think this is the best 11 for Amarim. Can't expect fluidity yet. This is definitely experimental at the moment. 100% experimental. I mean, it's obvious this is a experiment. Aries, thanks for letting me know that Rashford is gone and it's a here we go, dude. Like Ballon d'Or. Dude, imagine Rashford. That's not going to happen. That's so not going to happen. But imagine. Imagine 5 hat tricks throughout the year and, I don't know, well, let's call it 45 goals. Look, it's an easier. Everyone says it's an easier league than the Premier League. So if he can score 33 in the Premier League or 30 or whatever it was. Plus, he's surrounded by players who can feed him the ball. Like, he's surrounded by midfielders who can really feed him the ball. At this point, they need to experiment. How has he managed the loan? At this point, they need to experiment. We need to check how and with whom Cunha is going to play along. And then with Mbeumo, it will take time. Too many moving parts. Yep. How has he managed the loan to Barcelona? You can speak anything into existence. If that's true, Ravel, I think we're going to win the league next season. I think we're going to win the league this season. How many times do I have to speak it for it to be into existence, Ravel? These games are good for Amarim to know with whom he doesn't count. Samix, then you guys say Enios are slow. I'm not as bad as other YouTubers, but I did say Enios are moving a little bit. I didn't say they're moving slow in this window, by the way. If you watched the video last week, I said that the TV deal is bigger than it's ever been. There's going to be more global viewers than ever before, and Enios are targeting a rebuild too slow, is what I said. I wanted big money spent this summer instead of waiting to build a little bit this summer, build a little bit next summer. Next summer is going to be a World Cup summer. It's not going to be easy to get deals done. It's not going to be easy to get deals done early, that's for sure. You're going to have to wait till people are back from their World Cup journeys. Anyway, confirmed, we are adding a striker. Who will be the striker? Oh, because Rashford is out, you mean? Barcelona pay up 70 mil? Dude, Aries, are you serious or no, bro? Is the option to buy for 70 million? Come on, I just don't see that. I'm not seeing Rashford taking Rafinha's place. Yeah, he will. Yeah, he will. He'll take Rafinha's place. And he'll play up front alongside Rafinha. Because what's his name's getting old, dude. Lewandowski's getting old. Rashford is a world-class player no matter how we feel about him. He will be great in the Spanish league. I think so, too. Rashford couldn't get any luckier, really. I know, man. He gets so lucky, Pearl. Cunha was a big positive. He was different for sure, in a positive way. I'm curious to see this team play because I really like Mason Mount, actually. I like his work rate. And Mainu's playing. So we got Mainu, Mount, Dorgu, Montato, Rasmus, Big McGuire, Aiden Heaven, Yoro. Oh, this is a good squad, man. This is a good squad. We got a pretty good squad coming in. Ugarts. So he's changing everybody. 11. With Cunha and Mbeumo, it's going to be nice. No, 70 mil if he wins the Ballon d'Or. Oh, yeah, okay. I hope they put that in the contract, but they probably forgot to put that in there. Imagine he wins the Ballon d'Or, and then they're like, oh, my God, we got to sell him for 35 or 40 or whatever it is. Guys, I'm going to walk away for a second before this half starts. I just want to grab a bottle of water. I will not be more than 10 seconds, maybe 15 seconds. Check out my background. All right, I got to start the clock at 47 minutes and 7 seconds. I got to learn how to do this better. I see Mbeumo flourishing in this system. That pass from Cunha to Ahmad, I think that's Mbeumo's kill zone. I think Mbeumo's going to be amazing, dude. I think Mbeumo's going to be the best signing we make this summer. Honestly, I don't know who the striker is going to be, but I still think Mbeumo's going to be the best signing we make this summer. That was a hell of a kick from the goalkeeper. Why don't we have a goalkeeper that can pass like that? Guys, somebody talk to me because I was off getting a bottle of water. Somebody tell me where Montato's playing. Is he playing a wing back? Or one of the center backs? Or one of the 10s up front? Who's playing in the midfield? Ugarte with who? With Mainu? Yeah, Ugarte, Mainu. Oh, Montato's playing right 10. Okay, got the clock started. Now I can focus on the game. Marcus is right about Legends, by the way. I read his comment. By the way, I really think Tom Heaton is a decent goalkeeper. Now watch me be proven wrong in this half. But I think he didn't get enough playing time last year. I know he's old. I have to believe that he's better than Bayindir. I totally understand the frustration, Hargaman. I totally understand your frustration, buddy. I'm giving these players another minute or two to like warm up and play. That was actually really good. Pass it. Pass it. Euro's good, man. Look at Euro's urgency. Just the way he touched the ball, turned, took like 3 steps and passed it. We need players to have that kind of urgency and desire to want to keep the ball moving. Look at that. Just look at Euro. That's what we need in all positions. I'm not talking about skill. I'm talking about just urgency and like wanting to keep that ball moving. This is what I'm talking. Look at Euro keep getting the ball. He's quarterbacking the team, by the way. From center back, he's quarterbacking the team. He's basically doing what we want Bruno to do. No one's running. No one's running. No one's giving him an option here. I know what? I got to get a Euro kit this season. Maybe the third kit, I'll get a Euro kit because I do want to get a Cunha kit with the white Cunha kit. Look at Euro quarterback the team and get the low sprung. The Lowe's crosses, I was really hoping we'd see different caliber of crosses this year, man. The Lowe needs to learn to cross the ball. Sorry, I'm starting to get negative again. But it's not my fault. It's not my... Well, I did say nice things about Euro, so I'm not being all negative. Montato. This is great. These guys are moving the ball a lot faster than the first half team. Now, I don't know if it's because at halftime, Amarim yelled and screamed and said, for the love of God, please move the ball faster. Or if just these guys in the back. By the way, the reason why the ball's moving faster. No, actually, I was going to say it's because of the back line's moving the ball faster. But even these guys up front, they're circulating. They're moving. They're pass and go. Pass and move. These guys are playing better than Bruno and Cunha were playing. I don't mean to, you know what I mean? But, like, these guys are pass and move. Look at Euro, though. Euro's quarterbacking this team perfectly. This is way better in possession than the first squad. The first half squad were nothing in possession. They were pretty bad. After this season, I think they need to give Euro a new contract. I don't want him to want to leave in 2 more years if we don't make Champions League twice, because big teams are going to come for him when he has 1 or 2 years left on his contract. Oh, bad pass. Ugarte, man. This is this is the thing about Ugarte. I'm like, come on, man. If you could pass, you'd be perfect. Kuna Montato. I've never seen him play, by the way. I've seen highlights in the academy. I've never seen him, I've never watched an academy game fully to see him play. Sometimes academy games, I try to watch them, and then they have the worst camera angles, and I just can't. I just switch off. What are the good signs you can see in this team now? Like this team, they're moving the ball, and they move themselves. Right now, this half. This is much better. And by the way, right there, what I see, perfect defensive shape. So out of possession, both the first half and second half squads are like, let me watch more of the second half squad to talk about it, but second half squad right now has been good out of possession and good in possession. So there's hope there. There's hope there. A lot. There's a lot of hope there. To see what I'm seeing right now, I'm like, oh, thank God. It's not going to be as bad a season as I thought it would be. I don't like Montato's strides, dude. I'm just noticing, like, there's something about the way his legs kick. They're not that fast, are they? Oh, who just got burned? Who just got burned, dude? Nice job, Heaton. Who got burned? I couldn't tell. Somebody fell over. Was that Dorgu or Menu? Right there. Who is that? Dorgu or Menu? Montato's quick, really? I hope so. That's what we need up there. I really want to know if that was Dorgu or Menu that got burned. Because if it's Menu, I'm going to worry, man. Like, that's the one thing about Menu. Like, I need him to be better off the ball in defensive situations. We need Menu to be better. Other than that, the kid has everything. But his defense has been poor in the past. We need it to improve. Great job. Come on, Ugarte, get that. Was it Dorgu? Okay. I'm not that worried. Dorgu's not bad defensively. Nice job, Heaton. Dude, that's what move the ball, exactly. And move yourself. Like, see, Maguire made a good run there. Who's that? That's good, too. Aiden Heaven? Dude. Oh, Rasmus, hold up play. Look at that. Little knockback. Oh, my God. Pass. No. Horrible pass. Horrible pass. And I'm talking about the Lowe's pass, not Rasmus's. The Lowe's pass was horrible. Yeah, Rasmus should be yelling at him. Horrible pass. Horrible pass by Delo. But everything up until that point was like, wow, they did everything the way they're supposed to do it. It shouldn't have gone to Rasmus, or it should have gone way earlier. Yeah, earlier is when he wanted to pass. He didn't, that was too late. Delô, man, bad cross, bad pass. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I think Marcus said it earlier. Delô's gonna be a backup. I think he is gonna be a backup. I think it'll be Ahmad for the most part. Man, nice job, Dorgu. Don't mess this up. Oh, Højlund, you got to stay on your feet, dude. Let's not be on the floor this season like we were last season. Get on your feet and stay on your feet. Fight, man. Plant your feet better. Whoa, 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 whoa. Mount. You killed him. That was a bad pass by Mount. He killed Mbeumo. Oh, man, that's a goal. Offside. Rasmus shouldn't have made the run. It was Monta. It doesn't matter. If Delô would have passed earlier, then it was Rasmus, because Rasmus was ahead of Montanto. It does, but again, it doesn't matter. It's the guys who had the ball made the bad decision. He could have passed to Montanto still, but he should have passed earlier. I understand what you're saying, Be Cool, but in that situation, if you play it back, sometimes two people are going to make the run. And if you're deciding to pass it to the striker, you should have passed it earlier before he was offside. It was a horrible pass. Mount isn't great. Mount, you know the thing about Mount? It's like he should have never got the number 7, man. Like, you don't give away the number 7 like that. You just don't. Like, that's one thing Eric Ten Hag, I don't know whose decision it was, but it's pissing me off. Like, why is number 7 being worn by Mount? It makes it so much harder for him, because actually he's a good guy. Like, I don't mind Mount. I just think you kind of killed the kid by giving him the number 7, because he's no number 7. I got you, Be Cool. Aiden Heaven's good, dude. Aiden Heaven's good too, man. For a young kid, like, he's good. I'm super happy with Heaven and Euro. 2 out of 3 of our center backs for the next 5 years is sorted. Seamed? High seamed? Art, what's up, buddy? Quick update. First half, Art, hard to watch because we were really bad with the ball. We were moving it too slow. Players were moving too slow or just static. Second half, changed 11 players, and these 11 players are moving, and they move the ball. And Euro's quarterbacking the team and doing a fantastic job. That's the quickest summary I could give you, buddy. Why? That may be true too, Ravel. That may be true. I hope it's not true, because if we are still with Ruben in 5 years, that would mean that we're winning. So I hope it's not true, but if we're losing, obviously we'll probably have to make a change. man, the low, man. That's offside, no? The low, man. Like, guys, the low. Guys, please. I don't want to be negative, but the low's like, ugh. It was orange yellow. You don't think our CBs are sorted, man? You laughing at me? Heaton's the best goalkeeper we have, dude. I'm not saying he's amazing, but I think he's the best goalkeeper we have. He's sound. He's nothing outstanding, but he's a sound goalkeeper. I agree, be cool, but you don't put the ball back in the center of the field when you're in trouble. You get it away. You kick it out. Like you don't kick it back into the middle and then help them counter you. You do something. You try to kick it off the defender out of bounds, and if it doesn't go off the defender and it just goes out of bounds, that's okay too. Ravel, he is, and that's the problem. I think you're talking about goalkeeper. You're agreeing with me, and I agree. I agree with you. I agree with you agreeing with me. Art, thanks, mate. Not missing much, then got to go back to work. Yeah, it's not a big deal. Ajiboye. Yeah, I don't think so. We need to see more consistency before determining that we hype way too early. I think Lenny Yoro is safe to say that's not early hype. I think Lenny Yoro is a sound defender. I think he's a sound. I'm not saying he's top 10 in the world right now, but he's sound, dude. I mean, he's not bad. He's really good on the ball, too, for a center back. Aiden Heaven, you might have a point, and it might be too early, and we need to see him play a whole season before we determine how good he actually is. But so far, so good from Heaven, though. Let me put it this way: our center back line is not something I worry about. So that tells you that they're not bad. It's probably the only thing I don't worry about. And now with Cunha and Mbeumo, I probably won't worry about our attacking midfielders either. Cunha playing with this squad would have looked better, yes. Cunha playing with this squad would have looked better. I'm about to say something, but again, sometimes some people watch me or hear me say something and then they go, like I said something super negative. But if Bruno is going to be successful, he needs to learn to move the ball like these guys are. These midfielders are moving the ball, just quick, 1-2 touches, and move the ball. Or else, like Cunha would be better off with these midfielders and no Bruno, because the way Bruno played the first half earlier was not good. See, Dorgu's not getting burned like Diego Leon was. Diego Leon was getting burned over and over again on that side. Dorgu's more disciplined. I actually think Maguire and De Ligt are equal in different ways. But I understand anybody like Be Cool who thinks Maguire's far better, because Maguire's far better at different things and De Ligt is better at other things. I don't agree with Don, so I'm not going to read that comment. I just don't agree. To call him one of the shittest is not correct. I'm not going to go back at blaming managers. I'm just not. We've done it for far too many years. It's gotten us nowhere. And we start to sound like the old Arsenal fans that wanted what's their manager's name? Arteta. You know, the old Arsenal fans who wanted Arteta out and they gave him 2 more years. And next thing you know, they're challenging for titles. Because he's got the right squad that are doing what he wants them to do. I think Amorim is the same way. You give him the... Look at the... Like, this play is not bad. That cross sucked. So you can't tell me tactically he's... Never mind, man. I don't want to get into it because I'll just start pissing off some people in here that don't agree with me and think Amorim is crap. Amorim is not crap. You just don't see it. And that's fine if you don't see it, but it's because you're watching Manchester United do it, and I watched at least 15 to 20 games of Sporting do it, and I saw exactly what he wants the team to do. We're not doing that. When we do that, you won't be saying he's crap. Don, do you know I'm a coach? Not football, but do you know I'm a coach? I have good playing players and I have bad playing players. If you watch my bad playing players, you'd say I'm a crap coach. And I guarantee you I'm not a crap coach. So it's just not the way, that's not how you do it. You look at the tactics for what they are, and if you don't understand them, then don't say this guy has bad tactics. You better understand the tactics first before you can judge them. If you're just watching the play and you're like, oh, they move slow, they don't pass, he has bad tactics, that might not be his fault. And the only way you're going to understand Amorim's tactics is if you've watched enough Sporting games to understand it. Watching Manchester United games is not going to help you understand it because they're like half-assing it. This is like half of what he wants to be done. He needs to switch this. Okay, that ball needs to move a little bit faster. Nope. Maguire's killing me right now. Montato did the wrong thing. That should have been fed to Delo. That's a good switch. And it's still a little slow, guys. It needs to be way faster than this. This is still slow. Sporting would do all of these things you just saw faster. Ravel, you're right. You can not like him, but you can't call him the shittest. And again, like I said, you kind of have to wait for it to actually play out the way he wants it to play out, or go watch some of the past Sporting games. Watch like a half a dozen at least. You don't have to watch 20 like I did, but watch at least a half a dozen of his past Sporting games. And I'm not talking about Champions League only. Like watch some season and like regular Portuguese League and Champions League, and watch the movement and the passing. Who's this guy? Is this Fred? Who's this? Who's the kid about to come in? Somebody tell me. And what position does he play? Konark really still believes in Onana. Interesting. I agree, be cool. I don't think Montato is ready. Maybe that's who he's taking out for Fredrickson. Who? Oh, he's taking McGuire. So Fredrickson is a center back? Shout out Barbados in the house. What's up, dude? Sporting wing play was elite before Amarim left. Would love to see this team playing like that. You were talking about the give and goes and the wing backs, like the way they go forward and the way they cross the ball and the way they cut inside when it's the right time to cut inside. 100% agree with you, dude. And our fans who are watching Amarim style at Manchester United just have not seen that. They haven't seen a lot of things, to be honest with you, that Sporting used to do that our players are just not doing because they move the ball too slow or they make the runs too late. And they're judging his tactics based on that. It's just a little heartbreaking for me because I know what his tactics are. I don't know everything about everything, but I do know a lot of things about his tactics because I made sure to watch a game. I would pause when I was watching Sporting when I heard Amarim was coming. I would pause, I would rewind, I would watch the play unfold again and again and again until I noticed patterns, until I noticed position changes and things of that nature, just to familiarize myself with who our new manager is going to be. And I kind of fell in love with his tactics. I kind of fell in love with the logic of it because it was simple for me to understand the logic of why would you want to do that and why would you want your players to kick it along in that direction sometimes. Because of what it does when oh, hold on. Oh, Delo's got 2 to cover and he goes the wrong way, dude. I don't know what to tell you guys. I don't know what to tell you guys. Euro was covering the underlapping run. Euro had his Delo's back. It's a hard one to say whether that was the right thing to do or wrong thing to do because I can understand that like if you can't see behind you, you kind of have to cover that run. But you could also be trying to play an offside trap there too and not worry about that run and just worry about the guy you're covering with the ball to not get a shot off. But I'm not impressed with Delo, and it's not just because of that play. I haven't been impressed with Delo for a long time now, like last season. 2 seasons ago, he was playing good, but I don't know, man. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I see both of you guys, Be Cool and Ravel, saying, like, hey, but Euro probably should have stayed in the middle. I don't know what the assignments are. Like, we don't know if Amarim wants the central guy to run out like that or not. That's why I said that's a tough one to call. Initially, I thought, my instinct was, like, yell at the low because I like yelling at the low. Oh, that's a bad pass. That's a heavy pass, guys. He should have passed back to Dorgu. That was not good either. But you guys could be right. Euro could have been a Euro problem. Euro might have had to stay central. That's why I'm saying that one was a hard one. I don't know. In those situations, you would hope the defenders are talking to each other. In that situation, you would hope that Euro is yelling, "I got your back. Stay with the ball," or he's yelling, "Switch, switch, switch." Like you, meaning like I'm gonna get the ball, you get the runner. They need to be communicating. That part I do like. Yes, that part is definitely supposed to happen. Communication should be happening in those type of situations. I'm actually curious and interested to see Jack Fletcher play. If he's half as smart as his father was. Bro, that's exactly what he's supposed to do. It's a perfect pass to zone 18. 18? Yeah. Nice switch. A little too high and slow, but decent. Nice. You guys, that was the first time that we ran a play to zone 18. First time, the whole game. We didn't use zone 16 or 18. Those plays from the center back, sending it to a striker who's making a run to zone 18. And again, I will tell you that Rasmus made the run late. That Gyökeres would have took off running earlier, before Euro would have kicked the ball. And he would have had more space when he got to the ball from his defender. But the first time we did that, and we got an opportunity in the box. First time. So the people who say Amarim's tactics are shit, first time we actually did it. And we got an opportunity in the box. That's what I mean. The team doesn't run what he wants them to run. Like, they just don't. They're not moving the ball fast enough to open up those spaces to attack the spaces he wants attacked. Would like to see Kokonku. I'd be interested in seeing him too. Mount out the low Rasmus. They need to improve, yep. Oh, you missed it. Finally a good cross, guys. Finally a good cross. That's what needs to happen. Yeah, but, I mean, penalties and friendlies are... Bro, but do we know if that's what he's asking them to do? If so, why are the players not doing it? Melchizedek, you need to be watching my videos on Amarim's tactics, bro. And you wouldn't ask me that question if you had watched my videos on Amarim's tactics. And when you're asking me, like, why aren't the players doing it, is because they're late to think of it. And when they're late to think of it, it's not there anymore. They have a 2-3 second window, bro. And believe me, that play you just saw has to happen 5 to 6 to 7 times a half Not a game, a half. That play is something I've talked about from the very first tactics video I made. That's why I mean, like, you need to watch my videos, because I think you probably became a channel viewer not a year ago when I was making those videos, or I wouldn't say a year ago, like in November when I was making those videos. But yeah, yes, he is asking them to do that, buddy. A lot more than that. They need to do it 5 or 6 times a half. About 10 to 12 times a game, that play should be happening, which then opens up the center. You keep attacking those, it opens up the center, and then you start attacking the center with the hold-up play. You go back and forth. Always keep the defense guessing. Are they going to go in behind and out wide? Or are they going to play in the pocket in the middle and have some hold-up play to get everybody released? Keep them guessing. And then the wing backs also need to be playing give and goes and get up the wings. And that's a third way. Those 3 ways over and over and over again, because defenses go, well, damn, like if we play defense against this, they're going over there. If we guard that and keep some people in the middle, then the wing backs are free to play give and goes 2-on-1s on the sides. It's not bad, dude. It's really, he's got good tactics, bro, and it makes logical sense. And whatever, doesn't matter. Watch my tactics videos if you want to understand. If you're into that conversation, watch my tactics videos. Guys, you guys know that, like, after a game, I like to watch the game again and do tactics videos. I'm giving you right now, I'm telling you right now, when I watch this game again, the first half I'm going to have nothing but bad things to say, and the second half I'll say a lot of good things. So bear with me. For those of you who have been to this watch along and have seen it live unfold in front of you, and help me out in the comments of my next video when people start calling me negative and clickbaity. I have watched all your videos and I understand your point, but I don't understand why players that are paid huge sum of money not doing it. That's negligence. Oh, now we're talking. Now you're getting me somewhere. So it's vision and intelligence and talent of understanding things, right? Like, not because you have to understand when to come close and when to go there. You have to understand what the opponent is doing and then take advantage of what they're giving you. But it's not one player that needs to understand it. It's like 3 or 4, because other players have to circulate the ball around to the passer, and then the guy who's going to get in behind has to take off running while the ball is circulating before it gets to the passer, so that the passer can make that pass on his first touch. Even there, when we did it, it wasn't on the first touch. It was still not the way Ruben wants it run. It was still not. It was Euro took a touch, looked at Rasmus, they made eye contact, then Rasmus took off. That's not going to work every time, because defenders aren't being surprised. It's obvious that's what was going to happen. Whereas the way Sporting did it, it was on the first touch. Everybody was on the same page. Nice! Oh my God. Are you serious? Are you serious? To summarize what I was saying, Melchizedek, everybody has to be on the same page, or at least 3 people or 4 people have to be on the same page at the same time. And that's what's becoming an issue. Everybody has to be somewhat intelligent. You have one guy taking too many touches or not making the run at the same time, and none of it happens. I can't believe... Wow, man. Dude, he's on the floor again. All right, he got the foul, but he's on the floor again. I really need Rasmus not to be on the floor as much as he was last season. That was a good play by Rasmus to get the ball back in there. Second half was way better than first half, for sure. Second half showed me that, like, okay, there is some improvement going on. People are moving the ball better. They ran the play once. And I hope, to Melchizedek's point, that having all that extra time on the training pitch, we see that play run more. If you look for it, Melchizedek, you'll see the run, like right there. You'll see the run more often. That was it. That was good. And now what? Nice. Very nice. Yes. Yeah. Guys, this is it. That's it. That's it. Over the tops, crosses, move the ball. This is it. Right there. You're seeing it. Are these shit tactics? Can someone please, whoever called it shit tactics, are these shit tactics? Now, if you're saying no, then it's not his fault it's not happening more often, because he has them positioning themselves to open spaces, and then they get static. And when when one or two guys get static, the whole thing falls apart. The whole thing. How long do you think it'll take for players to understand Amarim's tactics and play it very fluid? It seems to me the most players have very low IQ. So I saw an interview with Hjulmand. Who said that it took 3 months of training for them to feel very, comfortable and run it fluidly. So, and by the way, that's 3 months of training with, only one game a week. So we're going to give this until middle October, end of October. And then we're going to judge it harshly and see what's see which players are just too dumb and which ones get it. But I have a feeling something good's going to happen. I really do. Like, I have a feeling that most players will get it. Jason Wilcox gets it. Hence why, look at that. This is what we're talking. They got him behind in zone 18. And there you go. Are these shit tactics? The other team tried to press. They sprung to zone 18 and got that ball in behind. I guarantee you, look at that. They open up that space out wide, we take it. They close that space out wide, we play in the pocket and play the hold-up game. It's not that freaking hard. You take what the defense gives you, but you have to do it at the right time, and you have to time your passes at the right time. And it's fine. It's not hard. But then when you get there, if you cross or pass, that pass has to be good so that the guy taking the shot has a chance at taking a good shot. That pass wasn't that great after Delo got there. That wasn't an easy finish. But to answer your question, I'm going to give it 2 to 3 months. It's like Amarim has now told Heaton to play long balls to test Rasmus' hold-up play. Yeah. And it's not just... See that run to zone 16 that was about to happen there? 18, that was about to happen there with Rasmus? That's not the way it's supposed to be done. With 3 touches by a center back, eye-to-eye contact. Like, it's not a surprise to anybody. I think the game's over, probably. Ravel has a good point. It's just a preference of aesthetics, and like a lot of people prefer the Zerbi slow methodical approach. That's not going to work anymore. The Zerbi's not going to work anymore because in the last 3 years, we've seen a big change, especially in the Premier League with man-to-man high pressing, whereas the Zerbi's ways work in zonal high pressing. The De Zerbi way is not going to work with man-to-man high pressing. With man-to-man high pressing, you have to punish the other team for going man-to-man out long, and you make sure that your player can win that battle, and then they'll stop. They'll stop doing the man-to-man press if you keep, which is what Gyökeres used to do so well. He used to just punish teams that pressed man-to-man by making these runs and just out-muscling defenders. So that's why you need a forward who can run and who's strong. You're gonna see things. I know Mbeumo's not gonna be our striker, but he's gonna be up there. You're gonna see Mbeumo do this, and you're gonna see a lot of positive things come out of it. Fredrickson seems even better at long passing. Maybe. I need to watch this game again. I missed a couple things because I was talking too much. Especially the second half. I'm only going to watch the first half to like find one or two examples of us holding onto the ball too long and being static just so for the video. But the second half I need to watch again in detail to find examples of how we were doing so much better. That was a pretty good, I don't know if you guys are watching highlights right now, but that was pretty good one-touch passing in the first half there when Cunha got mad at Obi. But these one-touch passes by Casemiro and by Ahmad was basically something we need to do more often. Move the ball quick. Move the ball quick. The second lineup is more balanced than the first one. Is that what it was, or was it just that in halftime, Amorim probably told the team like, we need to move the ball quicker, and if I see someone just standing around, you're never playing for me again. Like, you need to be running into positions. I don't know. Is it the lineup? Because they're all professional players, man. Yes, the lineup is better, but they're all professional players. Like, the static standing there was so disgusting in the first half. But also, like, the center backs in the second lineup were better passers, and that could be playing a role. So you might be right. But also, I don't care if the lineup's bad or not. The first half just had too much static standing around. We need Watkins. This Højlund fella needs to leave. I'd take Watkins. Anything lower than 8th and Amorim's out. I actually agree with that. Even though I'm a pro-Amorim guy. I think, okay, let me explain why I agree with that. I think we're still getting a striker and we're still getting a goalkeeper. As long as we get those, as long as it's Cunha and Mbeumo, a new striker, and a new goalkeeper, then I agree with that. If it's just Cunha and Mbeumo, we might finish 9th or 10th. And then I don't agree with you because I don't think it's all his fault. Do you think we need to add a more dynamic midfielder? Bruno doesn't seem to be the answer. I think, isn't that what Mainoo's supposed to be? Isn't Mainoo supposed to be that? Do you know what I mean? Would I like to bring in someone better? Yeah. But if we only have the budget for a striker and a goalkeeper, that's what I'd rather have than a midfielder and a striker and no goalkeeper, or a midfielder and a goalkeeper and no striker. I would be mad at that. Now, if we get a striker and goalkeeper and then go after a midfielder, yeah, I'm all for it. Let's do it. I'm with you. But if we only have enough budget to get 2 more players, then striker and goalkeeper has to be it. Bruno has less training time, so it's natural that yeah, maybe. Starting off the season will be very tough for the first 6 games. We will need to be patient. Yeah, I know, man. Me too. I agree with that sentiment. I think the first 4 or 5 games are going to be super tough. Hopefully not 6, but maybe 6. I don't understand why we didn't see Sekou Kone today, by the way. M says, we got Kone. We are not going for a midfielder. He's right. But I don't know why we didn't see Sekou Kone today. I would have liked to see that. I'm happy Barcelona will play all Rashford's wages. That is awesome. Chat later, pal. Thanks for the watch along. Thank you, Marcus. I got to go soon, too. First game of preseason, let players get into their roles slowly. I agree. We need to be patient, guys. We need to be patient and ignore me when I'm being frustrated. It's only because that's just the way I am. Like, I watch the game with all my heart, and I might get frustrated, but believe me, like, I do know we're moving in the right direction. So forgive me if I sound frustrated, but it'll only be for like 30 seconds when something bad happens in a game. It's crazy that the backline of teenagers were better than Maguire, Shaw, and Delict. You're actually right. And Mazraoui, that's right. Second half was good. Yeah, it was. Good movements, runs all over. Yep. And also notice that the pass now have punch unlike the first half. Yeah, I think we got to give it time. I think it'll come together, man, and hopefully these people who don't think Amarim's tactics are good will start to see what the tactics actually are. I think that look, this is why I don't get mad or disrespect people who come to me and say in my comments like, Amarim's a bad manager, blah, blah. Because this is all they've seen. They've only seen what these players have done with what he wants, and these players haven't done anything with what he wants. I think once the players start to do what he wants, I think people will change their tune. Just like Arteta with Arsenal. Those original players he had, until he changed almost the entire team, were not able to do what he wants, guys. And Arsenal fans thought he was a bad manager. You should see the first half attentively. I'll try, man. I'll try. It was really boring, though. But I will try to watch it again this evening so that I can start putting the video together tomorrow. This kind of video takes me about 2 days from the moment I start putting it together. So if I start putting it together tomorrow, hopefully I can get it done by Tuesday and post it. Manu seems to be more like a 10, but not an Amarim system. Anon, it's not. They are. I don't know what I'm doing here. Next summer, I'd be looking to bring in Nico Rovella. I like that. He has a 50 million release clause with partner Manu, very well, more defensive and a real regista. Yeah, I like where your head's at there. You think that 11? You think that 11 is the 11 we are starting against Arsenal? No. It's preseason, mate. Yeah. Yeah, Be Cool asked that? No, Be Cool. No, he's not starting. You didn't see any kind of starting 11 right now. Not even close. We still got a new striker and Mbeumo to bring in. And that's not even close. Like, he mixed and matched kids with... No. Amarim's getting sacked soon. Okay, unknown name. First game at the Euro and Heaven were class. Yeah, they were, actually. Hoyland was good as well. Ran the channel. Actually, Hoyland wasn't that bad. Namur, we did really good in the second half. We didn't do too well in the first half. I don't know what to tell you. If you missed the game, it's not a big game for you to go through. I'll make a video explaining the game in the next 2-3 days. I don't know what to tell you no more. Like, I would say it's not vital you watch it, because you could totally tell it's the first game of preseason. And there weren't any like these like crazy, fantastic moments where Cunha had like a bicycle kick or anything like that. But I would say in the second half we saw the progress we were hoping to see for the whole game. In the first half we saw some worrying things where where we were like, oh no, not a season like this again. I think we need Robinson from Fulham. Dude, that is such a good shout, man. It really is. He's a good player. But I don't think we're going to get a wing back this offseason, so I don't even want to think about things that we're not going to do. I'm much rather focus on, I wonder what striker are we going to get, because I know we're going to get one. And I'd rather focus on that than focus on things that I know aren't going to happen. 69 watching and 43 likes. Hit the likes, guys. Thank you very much for the guys who did hit the like. It's much appreciated. Binder distribution in the first half was really, man, it was horrible. It was horrible, guys. I don't know. Mount needs to put on his big boy pants. He looks like a teenager out there. Mount's so up and down. I admire his work rate and his like desire, I guess, but his talent levels are just not where it needs to be. Yeah. With the squad Man United has now, Samix Rasmus needs gym time to get stronger. Dude, the boy's strong. He just doesn't want to stay on his feet. It's like he's never taken a punch before. Someone needs to... I don't know if you guys have seen this, but like in football, like in American football, they got these big bags that coaches hold, like big pads, and they bounce off players while players are trying to run with a American football. They need to do that with Rasmus, where they try to hit him in the back while he's trying to dribble or receive a ball. They need to hit him with these pads and tell him, like, stay on your feet. Stay on your feet. That's what they need to be doing to coach him in one-on-one coaching. You know, after training's done, where he gets one-on-one coaching by one of the coaches, somebody needs to be standing there with a training pad, big old training pad, where they're hitting him, and he's trying to receive balls while they're hitting him in the back and pushing him, and he has to stay on his feet and receive the ball. Thoughts on Delo moving to right center back and sliding Euro to center back? I'd like to slide Delo to the bench. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, Ravel. I don't know what happened to Delo a season ago, and it looks to me like it's gonna happen again this season, unless one of his crosses that was actually really good, unless he brings that cross in, but also like moves the ball faster, and also makes the pass better. So yeah, not only does he have to move the ball faster, it's got to be a better pass. If not, I'd like to slide Delo to the bench, to be completely honest with you. And the reason why I don't want Euro as center back is because I love his passing range, and it's harder to pass as a center back. You have a little less time. As a right-sided center back, he can run a little and then make the switch, or feed it into an inside 10 in the pocket who's going to do the hold-up play. That's why. We need a world-class striker. I agree 100%, 150%. He also needs equilibrium and composure training to get on his feet when he's bullied. It's a question of fundamentals, not pass. He also needs equilibrium and composure training to get on his feet when he's bullied. Yeah, that's how you do that, though. You try to knock him off his equilibrium and make him stay on his equilibrium. Like, how else are you going to train that? You beat the crap out of him with pads and make sure that he doesn't trip or fall. That's one of the ways they do that. People say Amarim is inflexible, but in the first half we looked more like we were playing with a midfield 3 and a front 2. That's correct, 100%. That's why I got a little confused as to where Bruno was playing, actually. That would benefit Mbeumo a lot. I think people just don't understand how fluid his system is. His system is so freaking fluid that I think people they just get stuck on the numbers 3, 4, 3, and they get stuck there. Like their brain just goes, and that's all they are. It's so fluid. It changes all game long. Be Cool says I'm wrong about my equilibrium training. Okay. You're entitled to your opinion. And maybe I'm just not understanding what you're trying to type. It's hard sometimes. You're reading somebody and you don't really understand what they're trying to say while you're reading what they're saying. United need to up their tempo 150%, man. 150%. That is, like, that's what we saw a little bit of in the second half, and we played so much better. The movement was more instantaneous. The passing was better and faster. 150%. Kids do a lot of basic training. If you give me your email, I'll send you exercises. How do you not know my email? It's in my profile. Go to my YouTube profile. My email's in there. It's public. You can also DM me on X. I don't hide anything. You guys can get at me anywhere. That doesn't mean I'll get back to you right away. I might need a day or two because I actually have a job, but I will get to it. I read every comment. I read every comment on every video, especially comments that were posted within the first 48 hours of that video. Once I make a new video, sometimes I don't read comments on old videos. So, but know that I read every comment. Whether I reply to it or not, I read every single comment as long as I haven't made a new video. Because once I make a new video, I start reading the comments on that video. I don't have like 5 hours a day to read comments, but I do dedicate a lot of time to read comments. Every night before I go to bed, I read comments till I'm done reading comments. And I try to read throughout the day whenever I have time. But if I don't get to it throughout the day, I read every single comment before I go to bed. Wasn't what I was expecting. How about you, Meeks? You look gutted, boss. Yeah, I was hoping for a little bit more improvement, like that zone 18 play with Rasmus. I was hoping to see that more than once, dude. I was hoping to see that, 3 or 4 times in the first half, 3 or 4 times in the second half. Didn't see it. That hold-up play in the pocket, we saw that about 2 times in the whole game, maybe 3. I don't know. When I rewatch the game, I'll be counting. We need to see that 3 or 4 times in the first half, 3 or 4 times in the second half. We didn't see it. We saw a lot of static long balls that were not to the zone 16 and 18s, and I don't like that. That's like last season. So I'm patient. I understand that some of these players only got in last Thursday, and some of them have been around for about 2 weeks. I saw a lot of good off-the-ball work. I already told you guys, off the ball, we looked like we were in good shape. We were doing a lot of good things off the ball. Out of possession. I should say out of possession, not off the ball. Out of possession. In possession, I feel like we're not polished at all. We're not even close to polished. So we'll give them another week or 2 and see what happens. I'll send you today or tomorrow. It's the personnel that made the difference in the second half, but we still couldn't score. Yeah. You have time to do the video because next match is also on Saturday. Yeah, but my plan, like, going forward is to make 2 videos a week, and in starting September, I'm gonna make 3 videos a week and 1 video for members only. I don't have a membership right now, but my plan is to make 2 videos a week from now till September because I have a really, really busy August at work, and then September I start to slow down at work. Starting September, it's gonna be 2 to 3 videos a week to the to everybody, and 1 member video a week for members, because I'm going to start a membership and do it as cheap as I can, whatever YouTube lets me do as cheap as I can. And then hopefully we'll even have a Patreon going and everything else, and see if you guys even want to come on the live shows and get on video or just chat to me, whatever. So 3 videos a week are going to be 1 live sorry 1 live video a week, 1 tactical video a week after a game, and 1 just open discussion video that's not live. So 1 live, 1 tactical, 1 just discussion, like I normally do a week. And then 1 member video that's going to be a little different than everything else. You can't find my email in my profile? It's here, I'll just write it in here. Like, I don't care if everybody knows. Just don't kill me. Where do I type in this thing? Give me 1 second. It's sameeksmedia@gmail.com. But don't listen, guys. If I start getting 100 emails, like, I'm not gonna be able to read them all. And also, let me give you guys a piece of advice. When you write to me, understand that I get a lot of comments, a lot of emails, a lot of stuff because it's all public. Dude, if it's more than a paragraph, like, I'm going to look at it and be like, bro, I just read 25 comments and emails in a row that were all like, one paragraph. And then I come up to one that's like a freaking book. It's like 3 paragraphs, 200 words. And I'm like, and then I'm not going to lie to you. For those, I'd read like 1-2 sentences per paragraph. I go, what's this paragraph about? Nope, I'm not interested. What's this? Okay, I'm interested. I'll read the rest of the paragraph. And I'll read the last 2 sentences. I'll be like, nope, and I'm done. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, if you want me to read every word you wrote, keep it to like 4 or 5 sentences. Tops. Like, guys, because I get a lot, man. And I work. Like, this isn't my job. I don't get paid doing this. I get a lot, and I want to reply. I want to tell you what I think. But if I see a book, I'm like, dude, I can't. I got another 15 emails waiting for me, so I might skip yours and go read the other 15 because I can get through those. I can get more done faster than just 1. Will you be watching them in person when they get to the States? Are you going to see any of the games in person, Samik? So last year I did. Last year I went to 2 games. The one in LA. If they were coming to LA, I'd definitely tell you that I'm going to that one for sure. And then I would travel to nearby places. Last year, And years past, they would go to San Diego, San Francisco, Las Vegas. I'll go to those. This year, they're staying on the East Coast, dude. So I'm not doing it. Like that would cost me $1,000, and I don't make money doing this, guys. Like I really don't. Like I make $40 a month doing this. Sometimes like 70. My best month doing YouTube, I got $70. Like, dude, I don't make money doing this, guys. I'm not that big. I don't even have 5,000 subscribers yet. Hopefully, I will in the next 10 days after I make 2 more videos. But I'm small. Like, this isn't what I do for a living. I don't make money doing this at all. I spend way more money on these cameras, lights, computers, everything than the little money I've made so far doing YouTube, $40 a month. So, no, man, to answer your question, I'm not going to spend thousands of dollars to travel to Chicago to watch preseason games. My plan is to save up money this year so that I can go to Manchester and watch a game next season, not this season, next season, because I think we're going to be a lot better after next summer to go watch at Old Trafford to watch a game. That's my plan for next year. And hopefully by next year I'll have 100,000 subscribers and I can quit my job and do this the right way and make videos every day and have like a schedule of like a live video, tactics video, some interviews that I want to do with people that no one's ever thought of interviewing. And I'm not talking about ex-players or anything like that, but more on the coaching side. I don't want to say it out loud because I don't want somebody else to watch and get my ideas. Guys, it looks like it's getting quiet in the comments. That might be a good time for me to leave. Thank you, Hendrik. Thank you, man. I really hope it does grow. I've been doing this for about 1.5 years now. I'm hoping that by the time I get into my 3rd year, I can actually just do this full time. But thank you to everybody here. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for watching the videos. Thank you for the support. I love you guys. Please hit the like when you guys do see my videos in the future and help me grow. All you have to do is hit the like. And I'm not talking about this video, the next video. I'm talking about all the videos. Just hit the like for me. It does a lot. It does so much for a small channel like myself. Thank you. See you. Be cool. See you, everybody. I'll talk to you soon. I'll work on a video on this game that we just watched, tactics video to break down what we did well, what we didn't do well, and I'll try to get it out in the next, I'm going to say 3 days because it's probably going to take me 2 days to do. So look for it on Tuesday or Wednesday if I don't make it by Tuesday, and then we'll do a live show on Friday of next week in the morning. I'll let you know. Let me plan it out, and because I know I have next Friday off, so I could do a live show in the morning about almost the same time as we just did this. And then I'll see you guys for the next watch along. Thanks, guys. Thank you.